Hello, I'm Nick, and today my topic is going to be whether or not we should vaccinate. I chose this topic because it's very relevant to society today. You can't go anywhere without hearing people argue about what they should do with their bodies. It also deals with the health of people. Health is very important to me, and I hope it is to you too. It's very controversial because it heavily involves ethics and morale, and those things do not go together well because they create very strong feelings, and people cannot seem to agree on these feelings. That's why I chose this topic. My stance on this topic is that vaccinations are necessary, especially in a community. They keep you and your neighbors safe. Also, vaccinations are very safe. People tend to overreact about it, but mishaps are extremely rare. Vaccinations obviously save lives too. They prevent deadly diseases that could kill people and harm people in many ways. So, why should we vaccinate? In correlation to community, safeness, and disease prevention. Community. Vaccinations can help prevent outbreaks of diseases in a community. There's such thing as herd immunity, which describes the percentage of vaccinated people in an area compared to unvaccinated people. These vaccinated people help keep everybody in the community safe. In 2012, 48,277 people contracted pertussis, or whooping cough, due to a low herd immunity. The immunity for whooping cough is 92 to 94%. In 2005, an Amish girl contracted polio and spread it to her 4 siblings. Because the area had a high herd immunity, nobody else got sick. Unvaccinated people rely on this communal immunity to protect themselves and others. Here's a chart showing the herd immunities for certain diseases. Vaccines are also very safe. They're tested by the FDA and CDC for safety all the time. These tests are arranged on thousands of people through clinical trials before even being released to the public. Vaccine monitoring includes corporations such as VAERS, the VSD, the PRISM, CISA, and many more. Vaccinization ingredients are safe in the amounts they're used too. In fact, baby formula has some more vaccinization ingredients than the vaccines themselves. Minimum of 10 years of testing are required before a vaccine is even licensed, so you don't have to worry about the safety of vaccines because they're very tested. Here's a diagram showing the chances of being killed by the HPV vaccine. You have more of a chance getting struck by lightning and dying than that. Finally, vaccines save lives. All diseases with vaccines have been reduced at least 90%. The CDC estimates around 419 million illnesses have been prevented since 1994 in children alone, and up to 936,000 early deaths prevented. Vaccines completely eradicated many diseases and almost eradicated some too, such as polio, smallpox, and diphtheria. Immunity is passed down through genetics, helping future generations succeed as well. This is going to lead into my next argument, which refutes that vaccines are good for you. So why should we not vaccinate? The risks and ethics of vaccines. First, the risks. Vaccines can cause numerous side effects. These side effects include anaphylaxis, seizures, arthritis, brachial neuritis, and many more. Not all vaccines work properly either, and disease can still be contracted with a vaccine. They're only about 90 to 99% effective, which is good, but it's not perfect. Vaccines can also cause death. While rare, these mortal cases are very scary. Mental illnesses such as autism, dyslexia, and ADHD are also a result of vaccines. However, this can be argued in that diseases themselves would have much worse effects than vaccines in most cases. Also, 90% effectiveness is a lot better than no vaccine at all, which is very true. Many more deaths would be caused by outbreaks of deadly diseases such as the bubonic plague happened, which killed almost a quarter of the population at the time. And these adverse effects of vaccines are extremely rare, and due to constant monitoring and testing, they almost never happen. Like I said, you have more of a chance of getting struck by lightning. Here's a picture of a polio outbreak in the 1900s. Many people got sick because there was no vaccine. Vaccines also heavily interfere with ethics and morality. Religious and moral groups may not always allow vaccines, like extreme Christians and Amish. Vaccines may also have immoral ingredients, like animal eggs, which conflict with the lifestyles of vegans and vegetarians. It is considered problematic to use human albumin in vaccines too. It's a blood plasma protein that people find disgusting. Government regulation of vaccines also strikes fear because people don't trust the government and their intentions on the vaccines, thinking that they only want to make profit from them. This can be argued through statistics. They don't lie. People know that vaccines save lives. You also wouldn't be consuming animals. It's the proteins and nutrients that are being consumed and injected into your body. Every human has blood and needs blood to survive, so that throws away that point, and vaccines are regulated by numerous organizations, private and governmental. While they're extremely profitable, profit is not their only top priority. It's your safety that's their top priority. Here's a picture of a protest. As you can see, vaxxers and anti-vaxxers do not agree on the same thing. Here's a couple questions and answers. What is the purpose of vaccines? Vaccines are intended to keep us healthy and happy so we can function as a normal society. How do vaccines improve our everyday life? Well, without them, we would be sick all the time or in a lot more trouble than that. Where would society be without vaccines? Well, without vaccines, society would be paranoid, always trying to stay clean and healthy, like they were in the bubonic plague era. In conclusion, vaccines are very important to our survival. They not only give us the health, but the idea of innovation to keep striving as a community. They ensure that we're safe in almost all spaces and we could work as a proper functioning group. Diseases are always changing and never going away. Take the flu, for example. Vaccines are always our number one tool to combat that. And they don't only save lives, they will continue to save lives for as long as they exist. That's why we need vaccines. And this is my bibliography and the sources I used for my argument. Thank you for listening to my presentation on vaccination.